Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoy. Don't ask why. Check out the channel. And yes, we are back with the second part to Money Talk Mondays. Now, let me turn this down for a second. So, all right. Now, for those that wasn't here earlier, today we took some money and we invested in the short sale that was going on with GameStop. We also invested some money in Bitcoin. Now, you guys know that I don't really enjoy or like investing in things or putting time in something I don't understand. But the way to understand it is to try, learn, do research, and figure it out. So today, I put $500 into Bitcoin because now I'm going long Bitcoin. That's for one thing. Because a lot of stuff is happening in the market, and a lot of stuff is happening with the U.S. currency and the printing of money. I finally, after listening to a lot of different people, listening to a lot of different podcasts, and the straw that broke the horse's back was last night. I was listening to Elon Musk on Chat House. And Elon Musk was saying the one thing, as the richest man in the world, the one thing he don't say regrets, but the one thing he wished he would have done was invest in Bitcoin. He didn't say these words exactly, but he said it in this line. He said the one thing he wished he would have done was invest in Bitcoin when he was told a long time ago. But he corrected that mistake, meaning that Elon Musk is now heavily invested or somewhat invested in Bitcoin. Now, when I was also watching a couple people on CNBC about the decentralization of the currency and how and how hold on, let me turn it down. And how Bitcoin could be the wave of the future with all of the money printing. And I'm going to pull up some things I want to show you, but first we're going to start off with, we got 20 people in the room. What's going on? Yes, definitely James Collin Clubhouse. Global Paper, what's going on, man? I was like, I was there live when he was I wasn't in the room, but I was watching a podcaster who does it. Dog Nuts, what's going on, man? You already know investments to die. This is gonna be a little short live because I did a long one earlier, 2 hours. So we're gonna go over so far what's going on. Now, currently we're gonna start with my GameStop investment. I bought 2 stocks because at the time I didn't want to overdo it because I just wanted to invest to see, but not too much. So in GameStop, I bought 2 stocks, and I bought them at $214 a stock. Now, yes, I know GameStop trades for normally $50, but the short squeeze that we're doing, and for those that don't know the short squeeze, what it is basically large companies, they short a stock, right? And when the stock goes up, those companies are forced to buy the stock so that they don't lose out on the margin they have from their short stock to what the price of the stock is. So someone from Reddit Wall Street Bets figured out that if they get enough people to buy the stock and push that stock up, well, then the people who have shorted the stock will purchase the stock, and the stock should go on infinitely. Now, what they didn't consider is the fact that the wealthy people don't like losing. They don't. Wealthy people don't like losing. And what they didn't consider is that people would be more inclined, the wealthy would be more inclined to take the lawsuits that come from the SEC finding out if they ever do check or the lawsuits that come from breaking the rules of trading than to take the loss that's coming from people short selling their stock. Now, when this happened, they started pressing the buttons behind the scenes. Now, I'm going to try to bring up Elon Musk talking to the owner of Reddit. This is just one of the owner of Robinhood, which is just one of the brokerages that stopped trading with GameStop. That's going to one thing I want you guys to hear, because a lot of people wasn't up. This happened like 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, because it happened like 1 o'clock or something, like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock on the West Coast. So it was like it was a lot of people. Elon talking to Vlad. All right, I think this should be. I watched it on Kevin Meet Kevin stream, so I'm gonna do Meet Kevin stream. All right, and it was about here.
Dude, it's so bad. I went to one of the sites just to check.
Hold up, no.
Bad. They literally just nope.
Let me see.
Meeting is essential. Like,
okay.
You know, we all do it, and you do too. And it's kind
I'm gonna try to turn up a little bit, fellas, ladies.
Really believing, just hearing you say that.
Yeah, I think it's more later on.
And so then they're surprised when people are unhappy.
Here you go, hold up.
From Vlad, from Rob. Started our first company. We only had one computer. Baxter.
I'm gonna get to it. I'm shout everybody in the room as soon as I find the location of
customers.
Here you go. Yes, right here.
Processes to make sure. Let's explain how we plan.
This is an unprecedented increase in.
It's coming up.
Like what board? Some of the things in Doug's house were like the Babel fish, where you put the fish in your ear that automatically translates for him.
Yeah.
This is trades.
Okay.
Customer of Robinhood Financial. Then there's a clearing broker dealer.
This is Vlad talking from Robinhood.
That clears and settles the trades. And then we have Robinhood.
What's going on, Eric?
Which is
definitely, man.
Crypto business.
All
of which
listen to this first.
Kind of different entities that are differently operated. So basically, Wednesday of last week, we had unprecedented volume, unprecedented load on the system. A lot of these, so-called
this is Vlad talking from Robinhood.
Going viral on social media, and people were joining Robinhood, and there was a lot of net buy activity on them. As you guys all know.
All right, so
Robinhood at this time, I think, was number one.
I'll post a link so you guys can listen to it, because it was a lot of fluff in between everything. It was a lot of fluff in between everything.
Pretty close.
But basically,
on Google.
What I'm going to summarize, what Elon Musk, in my opinion, was doing was Elon Musk was trying to get Vlad to come out and just say what he couldn't really say. Like, people have to understand this. Robinhood is a new brokerage. It doesn't have connections. It doesn't have all the money. It borrows. It gets capital from other major players, right? So basically, when the big boss tells you to shut something down, you got to shut something down. But he can't say that. So Robinhood, what they did was they took fault for themselves. But what Elon Musk did in this interview, if you could go watch it, was that he finally squoze out of Vlad. He squoze out of Vlad the fact that the people above him from the so when you buy a stock on Robinhood, it goes to a clearing company that's connected to Robinhood, and then that clearing company tries to clear the stock purchase with another clearing company that's connected to the people who are owning the stock. Well, the people who are owning the stock, when they're getting shorted because they have some interest in another company who they're investing in, who's being shorted, they basically completely just stop the company who's clearing it, who then stops this company, who then tells Robinhood that you can't do that. But if Robinhood tells us and Robinhood tells the rest of the world that this company is stopping them from doing that, kind of like Webull did, well then, and because Robinhood is new, well then Robinhood won't get the funding it needs. It won't get the funding it needs to continue. So you got to think. I'm not doing it with anybody saying. I'm not trying to give the whole thing. What Elon was trying to do, what I felt that Elon was trying to do, was trying to get the focus on the people of the clearinghouse who changed the processes. Because basically, let's say they had to pay 30% for every stock, right? It automatically jumped to 300%. But that wasn't. It was something. There was a clause in there, but it wasn't something that seemed legit. And it feels like there's something that the SEC has to look into. And I think that's what Elon was doing on the phone call. But back to my stock, like I said. So I brought it at 214, right? If you can see right now, this should be GME, right? I bought GME at 214. Currently, after market is at 189, I believe. Now, if you look at this, let me refresh this to make sure it's still at 189. Yeah, it's at 189. After hours, it's basically people putting purchase orders for the morning time or sell orders for the morning time. If you look at this, in my opinion, it goes up and there's a dip, and then it goes up a little bit, but it's not as much as the first dip, right? Then it goes down, and then there's a dip, and it goes back up, but it's not as much as this one. So this would lead me to believe that it's going to keep going down till it hits that mark. And when I invest in something, I try to tell people that you have to know your risk tolerance. You have to be willing to lose, or willing to lose enough money and know when to go. Right now, I'm holding on. Why? Because for me, the $430 that I invested to buy 2 stocks of GameStop, it's not a big thing if I lose it because I got it from YouTube. But a lot of people were saying, oh, no, you should be doing this trade and you should be doing this trade. Well, I feel as though that there's a chance, and I'm not the only one, I feel as though there's a chance that this may shoot up. And if it shoots up to like 315 or 301, if it shoots up to 301 tomorrow, I will sell it, because then I will make a 40% profit off of the $430 I made, which is something like, I think like $60 or something like that. Let me see. Let me get the right numbers. Hold on. Let me get the right numbers for you guys. Okay. 40% of $430.
The answer is 172 United States dollars.
So all right. So if it goes up to 301 tomorrow, at any time I'm going to sell, and I'm going to make $172 in one day. On the other end, you got to have an exit strategy. And I told people before, if it goes down to 150, that's my exit strategy. And 150 would mean that a share would mean that, let's see. For 415, that's the easiest way. 415 minus 172.
The answer is 243.
That's not, okay, it's not. Oh, divided by 2, yeah. Divided by 2. Divided by 2, because it's 2 stocks. Right. So if it goes down to 150, I will consider selling it, but I will hold for a little bit, because it's either 40% up or 20% down. And 40% down will be at 121. If the market, if it goes down to 121, that's a definite sell, because then I've lost 40% of the money I put in. But if it goes up to 301, that's a definite sell, and that's the way I look at things. Let me get you guys in the chat room. Still, what's going on? Phantom, what's going on? Talk about Citadel and Robinhood. That's what we just discussing. The whole Citadel thing is this. Let me try to break it down as much as I can for like layman terms for what I know. All right, so check this out. Citadel is a major company who is like worth billions and billions of dollars, right? And then you have Robinhood, who's a new company, right? Now Citadel, it gave money, it gave about $2 billion to Melvin Capital, who is the people who are being shorted in GameStop. Melvin Capital held a large stock in short stocks for GameStop. So the more people that purchase stock and the higher the stock price goes, Melvin Capital is going to lose money. Melvin Capital then said, hey, Citadel, who's the parent company who actually has stake in Robinhood, and stake meaning they have Citadel actually has funded Robinhood. Like they funded Robinhood for Robinhood to be where it's at. So if Citadel is losing money through another person they fund, but they still have, access to the Robinhood who they fund, you can't prove it, but you can. They're not gonna let you prove it because wealthy people, they know how to cover their tracks. But you can basically take from inference that, okay, if I'm losing money from this company and I own both, and I own a major stake in both of these companies, I'm just going to tell this company that, hey, if you don't do something to change this company from losing money, I'm going to stop giving you money, and your company is going to fail. So that's basically what it summarized. What I think is going on. Let me see. Let's get one. Let's see. You invest in crypto? Oh, we just start talking everything. I invest in Bitcoin. Now, it took a while for me to invest in Bitcoin because I'm a person who I don't like investing in stuff I don't understand completely. Real estate or understand enough. I feel as though I understand real estate enough. So I invest in real estate. Everybody knows I own 2 places in Jersey. I own 1 place in Miami. I invest in YouTube because I've studied YouTube and I feel as though I know enough about YouTube. So I spend a lot of time, a lot of money on computers and all this stuff for YouTube. I invest in my job's 401k because they match mine. This is stuff I know about. And this stock is something I'm just basically gambling with or learning about. But now, because of, actually somebody breaking down how crypto is, because of how they're printing money like crazy all around the world, and because of the couple conversations I've heard from the Elon Musk conversation to another conversation about how if the stock market is controlled not by the SEC but rather by the high companies that have the money, the brokerages that have the money, then they can do whatever they want. But cryptocurrency is a centralized thing. Nobody really controls it. So that's what made me start investing in. I'll show you guys on the wide screen real quick because I don't want to do it on there. But I'm not just telling you I invest in it and I don't invest in it. I actually use Cash App so that I can invest in Bitcoin. Right now, I own $482.39 worth of Bitcoin. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. Of Bitcoin, because you can buy Bitcoin on Cash App. Now, I spent $500 on it, but what I did wrong was I purchased it with 2 transactions, a $300 transaction and a $200 transaction. And each transaction for Bitcoin costs $5. So when I put 500 in, it basically was only putting $490 in, and it lost a little bit since I put it in. I brought it in there like a little 34, I think, and it went up to 37. I didn't want to sell it, so now it's back down to 33. I'm long Bitcoin though, so I'm just gonna my plan is that because I'm long Bitcoin, every week I'm going to try to put 1,000 in, but every month I'm going to at least put $400. I mean, every week I'm going to try to put 100 in, but every month I'm going to put at least $400 into my Bitcoin, and I'm gonna keep going because I believe that could be part of the future. Is pay for spins? Yes. It's kind of like paying for spins on the radio, right? That's fact. I mean, I can't say it's a fact, but it's likely, man. From inference, you can get it. If I throw a ball and it hits the wall and you hear a sound, you can, from inference, if you've never seen that ball thrown, but you see me with the ball in my hand and throw it against the wall and it broke, let's say it broke a glass, you can then you can then come to the conclusion that ball broke the glass without actually seeing that ball break the glass. And it's the same thing as here. You may not be, you're not going to ever catch these wealthy people doing exactly this illegal stuff, but you can be an inference that if I'm a wealthy person and I own 2 different companies and one company is taken from the other company and I'm feeding the other company that's losing the money, I can stop this company any way I want to. And that's what I mean. But the other thing was I was looking at AMC. Now right now AMC is at 13.30, right? Now the numbers might not be high, but you got to look at the percentages because it's based on how much money you're going to put in. Today, AMC went up to $17 a share. $17 a share. Let's just do some math. If you put it might not seem like a lot, but just check this out. I brought at $10. I brought at $10 prior to this on thing. I brought at $10 times 40%. I always do 40% times 40% of $10. $14 would have been 40%. If I would have kept them, if I'd have kept and brought more money when it was at 10, I would have made. If I would have put $100 in at 10, I would have made at least $40. If I put 1,000 in at 10, I'd have made $400 by 14. But I don't know if right now. I think the best time to buy for this is like 11 to 12. Citadel's Robinhood's #1 customer. Okay, Robinhood is not a brokerage, right? Okay, the app shops around every transaction to the hedge funds, hence why the zero often fee trades. Okay, that makes sense. See, this is a more complex explanation of it, but see, this is why I come on here, because I get to learn just like you guys learning. But there's I still feel as though, and I'm not gonna hold on. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold on it forever. That's not my plan. But I do feel as though that GameStop can possibly have another run. Now, if it follows the trend, because this is not studied. This is not the way that we're investing from the short sale. Is not something that's guaranteed. It's not something that is basically gambling. And I'm just trying to take the gamble to see if it goes up. And if it doesn't, like I said, I'll sell it at 140. I'll probably sell it at 140. I'll take the 30% loss, and then I'll move the rest of the money into Bitcoin, because, like I said, I don't really like investing in something I don't understand, but I do want to take the chance to see how this goes out. But like I said, I just wanted to do a short little 20-minute joint or 10-minute joint, because I wanted to show you guys how I'm tracking my progress and things like that. But I think so too, Famous Dave. But we're gonna see. Like I said, I definitely don't want to hold it past. I'm definitely not going to hold it past 120, because that's 40% in. For me, I put the money in, 40% up, 20% down. Cool. 40% up, 40% down. If I really believe it may change, I'll do that. But other than that, this is just playing around with money. What's your trading plans after the short screen heist ends? I don't really have trading plans. Like I'm not a trader because I'm not a stock trader, because of the fact that I do so much other stuff, between YouTube, between real estate, between spending time with my kids, between traveling the world, between all the stuff that I do and I'm doing. I don't have time to really get the conceptualized understanding of how another aspect works. So rather than to keep investing after the short screen stop, I'm just going to invest my money in Bitcoin, because I do believe that Bitcoin is the wave of the future. And there's some people who are thinking that Bitcoin might go up to $100 by the end of 21. I mean, go up to 100,000 by the end of 2021. So I could take that risk by just putting money in Bitcoin, because I don't feel as though Bitcoin is going to go to zero. I don't feel as though Bitcoin, and if it does come close to it, I'll sell it. But that's my plan. My plan is to just do the short squeeze. If I can get 40% more, I'll take it off the table. If I don't, okay, I lose 40%. Doesn't make a big difference to me. Take the money out, and I'm going to put it in Bitcoin. And other than that, I'll be fixing up my places. Market flow will shake in weekends. Red will scare the newbies. Robinhood, we building. They are definitely, man. I think for me, when everybody is telling you to go one way, it's usually best to go the other way, because something is happening. And under my, opinion, it's just my opinion. Today, I felt like the stock market, the news, CNBC, well, stock market, my fault. CNBC, CNN, all the news, Fox News, MSNBC. I felt like everyone was trying to convince people to stop doing the short sale. It was like, oh, all the short sellers, all the Redditors are going to silver. All of the Redditors are going to this stock or that stock, and just divide and conquer. I felt as though when the situation gthis is I'm just speaking in my opinion. I feel as though when the situation gets tight and people are really losing money, like, mind you, once again, and like, you can go on different websites to find this out for yourself if you want to see the exact stuff. But Citadel gave Melvin Capital over $2 billion because of the money they had, because they lost 60% of their investment based on the first GameStop sweep. Now, this is before they started doing the regulations of GameStop, right? So if Citadel gave them $2 billion because they lost all that money, and then they lost the money again, and that's when Citadel went to Robinhood. In my opinion, that's when Citadel went to Robinhood and told Robinhood, you got to change the way to do. And that's when all of the it's not. And everybody keeps pointing out Robinhood, but if you've seen what happened, it wasn't just Robinhood. Webull had the same clearing issue. TD Ameritrade had the same clearing issue. Now, why do you think they all had the same clearing issue? Because Citadel and the companies that hedge funds that run this, they have connections. They all have connections with clearinghouses. So they're not going to directly just say, "Oh, we told them to stop." No, they're going to say, "Oh, well, it was getting risky. We had to offer. You had to pay. We had to make them pay 10 times more so we wouldn't lose out in stock." But you have to understand, this is the way it is. The wealthy is going to get wealthier. They're going to find a way. They let people get money for a little bit, and then they found a way around it. Now, I still believe now that it's going to go up again, and that's why I'm staking in. Just like you said, diamond hands, hold the spike is coming. Worse, I lose $150. Maybe I'm not going to lose it all because I'll sell it. I'm not going to lose because it's not going to go to zero. It might go to 50. It's not going to go to zero. But worse, I lose $150. Best, I make $150. It's a gamble. Nah, bro, you get more exposure if you hold it past one day. I believe you're right. I believe you're right. Like I said, it's not a large amount of money for me. For me, it's not a large amount of money, and this is money I got off of YouTube. So, like I said, you guys see, I wish I could. I'm not logged in, so I'll show you guys. It's probably next time. Let's go again. Let's see. When you invest in these companies like AMC, you need to have instinct whether the company is going to make money. No one at AMC theaters right now. No, here's the thing. That's one way of investing, and one way of investing is basing it on the company's earnings and stuff like that. But this is a different way of investing. This is called forcing the short sell, which basically, like I said, explained earlier, is when a company shorts a company, it means that it believes that the price is going to go lower. A lot of hedge funds shorted GameStop and they shorted other companies like AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia. When the hedge funds short these companies, it's a whole different strategy than looking to see if it's earnings. We're just trying to keep raising the stock up because the higher the stock goes up, the company that shorted it has to buy between the margin and has to buy the stock so they don't lose money. And that's like a repeating cycle to the moon, and it keeps going. And that's what the strategy I'm taking on this. It's not the strategy which is looking for a stock that makes sense. This is the strategy looking for a stock that they have to buy. Silver did spike yesterday, low key. Silver could have spiked, but from reading from the Wall Street bets, and you never know what somebody really does. You really never know what somebody does. So Wall Street bets people could have been telling, "Oh, we're not buying silver," making it up. But at the same token, it could have been the hedge funds buying up silver and saying that these are the Redditors or these are the retail investors buying silver to make more retail investors say, "Hey, if everybody's going to silver, why don't I go to silver?" Which takes them out of GameStop. Because if you think about it, there's no reason to leave GameStop. In my opinion, this is my opinion, there's no reason to leave GameStop as long as these companies are still shorting it. Because no matter how high the price goes, if everybody stays in GameStop, the price is going to keep going up and up as long as nobody doesn't sell to the hedge funds. Citadel's behind Robinhood restrictions. I'm a firm believer in not saying something unless you can prove it. I can't prove it. I don't think that the hedge funds are going to allow the SEC to prove it. Because here's the thing: the SEC is paid by these hedge funds. The politicians are paid by these hedge funds. So why does anybody think that anything's going to go down where any of these hedge fund people get in trouble? It's not going to happen. And that's why I really respect what Elon Musk did, because what Elon Musk did is he took it off of Robinhood. Because guess what? The hedge funds can eat Robinhood up and throw them out and create a whole new Robinhood with a different name and stuff like that, and there'd be no problem. That's why you hear Robinhood taking all the blame for themselves. Because if they blame the people who did it, then it's going to be a big situation. But the hedge funds run the world, or they run America, United States. They run the government. All the politicians, when they need money for like going to political stuff, guess where they get their money from? The hedge funds, the people that's investing in them. Guess where all the clearinghouses that deal with brokerages or deal with people that sell stocks have to go through some point of Citadel or some point of the hedge funds. So it's like you have to understand what I mean. This is why I really enjoyed what Elon did to get Robinhood, because Robinhood was taking blame for themselves, but Elon through that clubhouse meeting got Robinhood to point the finger a little bit, not a lot, because they still copped the plea, but Robinhood finally pointed the finger at the hedge funds and the clearinghouse, which is owned by the hedge funds. Let me see if I can keep up. I brought in Flip Mac. I brought in at 214 in stock. It's currently at 189. I don't plan on selling, but if I don't plan on selling unless it hits 120, then I'll say, all right, well, it might be over. But I'm gonna give it like a day or two before I do sell, because like I said, I'm here for the run. But if it does get down to 120 a share, then I may consider selling. But other than that, yeah, I'm holding on. Chief says Biden made a deal with Ford. He wants to change every government vehicle to EV, put a little bread in Ford stock. Like I said, my whole thing is that I don't do stocks. I'm just doing this because I wanted to gamble a little bit of money in the stock market. But the Bitcoin thing I'm with right now. So yes, KC, I do think silver was a distraction. Bro, will AMC go up? Yes. I feel as though AMC will go up. Now, how much AMC will go up, it's debatable. Like, I've seen AC, I watched it today, AMC, it's at 13 right now. And in my opinion, it can go from 13 to 15. If you have enough money to invest, if you got like $1,000, you want to make a quick buck, I feel as though when the stock market opens up, it will go to 15. From 1380, let me see where it's at right now. Hold up. Let me share the screen. Hold up. Let me share the screen, y'all. I feel as though AMC will go up from where it's at now at 1330 to about 15 before it starts to tread around 15. However, you're gonna need a lot of money to put in if you want to make some money off of that. Like, I could put in $1,000, I could put in $100, but I'm not gonna make a lot of money off of a 4-point increase. You know what I mean? So that's that. I watched the silver futures market. I actually saw the chart. I don't think the spike means much in the long run. Oh, okay. I was watching the silver futures also on CNBC, but it's just the fact that it's just to me, it's the fact that all of the media platforms. And here's the thing here's where it gets weird, everybody. Here's where it gets weird. And I'm just a regular person giving you my perspective on things, but here's where it gets weird. CNBC, Fox Network, MSNBC, CNN, all these companies have access to the whole world through the media, through TV, and through all that, right? How is it that when a small community like Wall Street Bets, or a smaller community like the retail investor, when they go on a platform and they talk about buying one stock, it comes up to them saying, oh, this may be collusion, this may be illegal. But yet you have every single media outlet on the news today telling you to buy silver, or encouraging you to buy silver, or saying that these people are going to silver. That's like if this small community doing that is illegal, then the large community of multiple different media outlets doing the exact same thing has got to be illegal, man. Because they're just forcing the stock appreciation. It's got to be illegal. We're not even talking about the restrictions on GameStop, but just think about what's going on right now. Not only are they restricting GameStop and AMC on multiple platforms, it's not just Robinhood, fellas. They're restricting it on multiple platforms. Robinhood is the worst. Not only are they doing that, but then they're pushing out in the media that they want everybody to be distracted by different other things that's going on, like silver, or they're going to say, oh, they're now moving to silver, they're now moving to AMC, they're now moving to Nokia. But nobody from the Wall Street community even said that. Nobody from the retail investors group even said that. It's not the talk of the thing. And I heard some people actually mention this, but isn't that kind of stock manipulation? Like, if you are a part of the media and you're feeding the people watching you, you're feeding investors false information, there has got to be some part of stock manipulation. But once again, he who holds the money holds the control. What's a good price to buy AMP? I think you're talking AMC, Stefan. For me, I feel as though if you're risky, you should buy AMC when it hits 12 because you can make a. I always go by 40%. I don't even do 50%. I go by 40% increase in what you can make. If you buy AMC at 12, AMC has already seen that it can hit 17. So if it goes anywhere past 17, you weigh in the money. But I feel as though if you buy it at 12, you'll be good. If you buy it at 11, even better. And if you can buy it at 10, I would buy a lot of it. But AMC, I feel as though it's going to hover around that 15 mark. So if you can get it at 12, you'll be okay. Buy Tesla. Here's the thing about Tesla, Flip Mac. To me, I don't know calls and options. I don't know puts. I just know stock and I know numbers. I don't feel as though you're going to make in this market right now with the high volatility, where there's so much chance of you making money in different stocks. If I'm going to gamble money, I'm going to gamble with a high risk of winning. And Tesla is only going to give me like 2 or 3% right now, but I can get 3% in an hour on AMC. I can get 3% in 30 minutes on GameStop. So if I'm going to gamble the money, I'm going to gamble the money so it comes fast. So Tesla could be a good long play, especially since it was down. But it's not a play that if I'm going to gamble, I'm going to take. I'm not going to do that. If I want to make the quick buck, if I want to risk losing a lot or making a lot, Tesla's not the one I'm going to go for because that volatility is not. It hasn't been great, but it hasn't been big for a long time. Citadel's behind the Robinhood restrictions. Here's a source fresh. Oh, I can't. Like I said, I think so. I think it is also. I think it's not, and I don't like the fact that everybody's putting it on Robinhood because Robinhood is not the only one that has these restrictions. They just have the toughest restrictions. I feel as though Citadel and other hedge funds are behind the fact that brokerages and traders like Robinhood have to now pay hundreds of times or 10 times as much as they had to before to trade stocks or like they did. So that's what I feel. Bitcoin is another long-term play. Like if you're trying to build wealth, I'm all about generational wealth. But you got to understand what I'm doing right here is basically gambling. I'm gambling it with trying to use the knowledge I have to gamble it the way I think it's going to go. This is not long-term investing. If I was going to long-term invest, I do have 500. Like I said, I do have 500. Or I did invest 500 in Bitcoin through Cash App. I do plan on investing $100 a week in Bitcoin to build my Bitcoin a matter up so I can actually own one Bitcoin. But when we're talking about AMC and we're talking about Nokia and we're talking about BlackBerry and we're talking about GameStop, well, we're gambling. We're talking about using the volatility to make quick money. And it's not guaranteed. You can lose a lot of money. I'm not your financial advisor. What I'm saying is that I'm with the volatility. I got some chips in there. Let me see. It is likely to drop to where it is at. Cover, what's going on? What's the likely to drop to where it's at? You talking about GameStop or AMC? You think it's going to drop more? Speaking facts, brother, stocks are going to buy. That's dope, Dave. That's a great plan, man. Like I said, that's the whole point why I was telling people earlier. We're gambling right now, but it doesn't mean that we have to stay here. Let's stay here long enough to double our money or make 40% of our money or make 50%. Whatever works for you, whatever your comfort level is, my comfort level is 40%. Whatever your comfort level is, take that money out when you finish it and then invest it in something that's an asset, like real estate. Investing in something, but right now, I'm holding. Right now, I'm holding because I think there's going to be another thing. It's just a gamble. Sorry, man, it won't happen. What's happening was the Wall Street bets exited their position. I don't know. I don't know behind the scenes, but I know the guy Deep, the guy who set the whole sell off, Deep Cover or something. I forgot his name. He posted his position still, and he's still millions of dollars in. He's still like $20 million in. So I don't know if he sold his position. When he sells his position, I feel as though it may be over. But until the Deep Pockets or Deep FN Pockets sells his position, I don't think it's over. And there's other people who have hundreds of and thousands and millions of dollars in it too. Your brother's gonna stop buying stuff at all-time highs. When you gonna learn buy Bitcoin at? Wow, that's crazy. I tried to warn y'all on other YouTube. Well, I bought Bitcoin at 34 and it went up to 37. I didn't sell it, but at the same token, I'm not buying Bitcoin for the same reason I'm buying AMC or buying GameStop. It's two different type of investments. There's one that's a long-term investment. There's one that's a short-term investment. I'm not, and if I bring it over to the real estate market, I'm not going to buy a house for the same reason I buy a condo. I might want to buy a condo because I want to rent it out to one family. I might buy a house because I want the appreciation on it. So it's different. It's different reasons why I invest. But I'm all for the Bitcoin right now. You holding your 20 shares of GameStop? Okay, or AMC? There are 6 million of them. 6 million. 6 million. What? Oh man, I missed out on so much. Let me go back to it. Wall Street Bet exited positions. There's 6 million. If you're talking about Wall Street Bets Group, it's like 8 million. It just hit 8 million or almost 8 million Wall Street. Okay, buying one stock. Okay. Let's see what I ended at. GameStop is unbelievable. You overvalue. Get out now. It's going to spike one more time and tank. That's what I believe is going to spike. I don't know if it's going to tank after it spikes, but something tells me it's going to spike again. Something tells me it's going to be a one mad dash, and then I'm going to sell it, and I'm hoping it's going to get up to 304. And I brought it low enough, I feel as though, based on what it's been manipulating around, I feel as though buying it at 215 allows me my 40% that I want to make once it hits 301. Kim, it definitely could, but it's just a bet. Wall Street Bet brought up over half of the float and decided to get all out together. I don't know. That'd be crazy. So they wrote it up and wrote it down. That's a possibility. I hope this. No one really knows where the end is at. I'm hoping I didn't buy at the end, but if I did buy at the end, I'm comfortable with it because I'm comfortable with losing a certain amount of money. Nothing is ever guaranteed. You can make money, you can lose money. It's all speculative. It doesn't matter if you have things that make it sound better, like, oh, the company's doing good. The whole stock market is based on speculation. Now, depending on what speculation you want to do, hey, you gotta take the bet for it. But I'm comfortable where I'm in my position right now. Buy GME now is on discount. You know, it is, but I don't like buying after hours. I don't. That's one thing I don't like doing. I don't like buying after hours or selling after hours. Those are the two things. I'll buy when it opens, or sell when it opens, or buy when it closes, or sell when it closes, right before it closes. But after hours and between that time, I don't like it because anything can happen. Let's see. Guys, hold hedge funds after market buy. Oh, that's another thing somebody mentioned. I can't say the curse word, so I got to take it off. But that's something else somebody else mentioned. Just think about this. If the hedge funds send out a lot of sell, if they some of them are into what's the name, in the aftermarket they sell everything. You think like it's like once they start selling everything, it's not going to try to convince other people to start selling everything. So that could be a thing that I've been hearing where they'll initiate a large sell and then buy it back before the opening and then sell it again because they know how to manipulate the system, man. Yes, Kim, Tesla is definitely long term. Like I said, smart. It depends on what you want to do. Let me give you an example, Kim. Is Tesla smart if you want to make money fast? No, it's not. Is Tesla smart if you want to maybe you want to build generational wealth? Yes, it is. But if you're there for the fast money, Tesla wouldn't be a smart idea because you're not going to make more than 3% in a day. Versus the volatility. With the volatility, you can make 30 to almost double your money within one day on some of these stocks. So you would recommend holding it. So would you recommend just holding AMC? I am 400 shares at 11. Okay, Varun, what I would say is if you have it at 11.9, if it goes up, hold on, let me tell you right now. I'm going to tell you if it goes up to 40% of $11.09.
The answer is 4.43600 United
Okay,
States dollars.
so basically, Varun, if it goes up to if it goes up to $15, I would sell. If I were you, right now, and like I said, I'm holding because I have an idea that's going to go up to where I need it, where we go GameStop is. But if AMC goes up to $15, I would sell because you would then make 40% profit off your money, and that's not being greedy. You know what they say? Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. I still think if it's going to go up and down, it's still in that fluctuation. So if you can get to 15, I would sell. I would sell at 15. What about Bitcoins and alternative coins? I am invested long term in Bitcoin. That's one of my new investment strategies, to invest long term in Bitcoin. I plan on keep buying as long as it's under 35. I plan on to keep buying Bitcoin. The other coins like Dogecoin, Doggy Coin, and all the other coins, I don't want to get too much into it because I'm not a currency per se person, a cryptocurrency person. But I do feel as though Bitcoin is, because it's the top of this market, I feel as though it's a lot of people saying it, and I feel as though with the decentralization of all this money and all this money printing and people realizing how hedge funds and how the government is doing and supporting it, I feel as though Bitcoin and cryptocurrency will be something big in the future, especially with the destabilization of money all over the world, not just in the United States, but all over the world. I feel as though cryptocurrency could possibly hit 100,000, maybe early 2022. Some people saying the end of 2021, but I feel as though cryptocurrency could hit 100,000 by early 2022. And I want to be investing all the way on the way up, so when I get there, I can be one of the people that got some bread. And Perfect, what's going on, man? And Perfect. Passport Lee says, buy Neo. It's still early. I made 2K so far. That's pretty good. I don't know what Neo is. NIO. Are you talking about NIO stock? No.
Ion Geophysical Corp closed up.
NIO stock.
Neo Inc. ADR closed down 0.02% today at 50.
Oh, it's a penny. Is that a penny stock? Oh, I don't do penny stocks, man. I don't do penny stocks. But I mean, if it works for you, and you feel comfortable with it, man, keep pushing, man. That's a good come up. So Robinhood stopped trading because NSCC, yes, increased the capital required. No. No. I didn't. I thought the NSCC was the commission that checks everything, but I thought that the people who increases. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's the clearing company, correct? But the craziest thing is that they're saying that the clearing company, they didn't just raise it up a little bit. They 10x what they had to pay out of nowhere. But it's not. They didn't just do it for Robinhood. They did it across the board, which basically manipulates the stocks. Because guess what? If you can't sell stocks, if you can't buy stocks, anybody selling stocks is going to sell it. Just follow me here. Listen to what they did. I'm sure the government doesn't really care because, like I said, the hedge funds, they own the government. But just listen to this. Robinhood, the best thing they should have did was just say you can't buy or trade any of GameStop stocks. That would have been the best thing they could have did versus just saying that, because any other thing besides that is manipulating the stock price. Why do I say that? Because check this out. If I cannot buy the stock but I can sell it, that means that the odds are it's going to go down in price. And who does that help? That helps all the people who are short, who can now buy that same stock for lower money. So you're not helping the customer, you're helping the people who are losing money for shorts, because the people who are losing money for shorts can now buy that money at a lower rate because nobody else can buy it. So you got all these people selling and nobody else buying it but this hedge funds. So of course it's going to go down. So it's crazy, but it's life, man. That's just, I said, he who owes money. Fact. No. I think, hey, Zulu, I think it was 300%, man. Because I was watching CNBC and I was watching how they was talking. I think it went from 3% to 300%, not 100 overnight. Crazy, man. Crazy. Virgin Galactic holding the good stocks. I heard dibble dabble in. They I seen them on the list too, doing another test flight pretty soon, up upon successful trial. But this strategy though that they're doing right here is the short sale. It doesn't really take into place exactly what the company is doing, but it does help out a little bit when you consider that. To allow GM trading causing the stock to fall. Yes, you explained it right when I was explaining it. You definitely hit it. It's crazy, but like I said, the people with money control it, man. GameStop is done. Kim Smith, I mean, it's an opinion. Nobody ever really knows. I don't know if I lose the money. Hey, I lost the money. Like I said, I do have an exit strategy around 125, but hopefully I don't have to hit that low. But what we're gonna see tomorrow. We're definitely gonna tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be the determining day, man. Because if I'm looking at GameStop and the way, and I'm just talking about GameStop, the way it's going to look is a peak, right? Then it drops, and then there's a peak. Now, it's things that did happen, like this is when the restrictions happen. The restrictions. Here's another thing. The restrictions are loosening up a little bit. I feel as though the hedge funds figured if they hold enough people off with the restrictions for a little bit of time, they ain't got to do it forever because it'll change the trend. But as they start to loosen up the restrictions and more people realize they can buy, I think more people are going to buy. Because what some people don't know is that there are people from overseas, like in England, that were buying. And today they actually stopped people from overseas from buying. This is what I'm getting from the news. I was watching Meet Kevin and all that. Overseas, they stopped people from buying GameStop. But as the restrictions loosen up, I think that stock's going to go back up, man. I think it is. I think that short squeeze is going to come right back at it. Because now the people, it's like this. Check this out. Once I know I can go in the store and rob something without getting in trouble that much, guess what's going to happen? You're going to keep going to that store and robbing something. And then when you get hit on the hand and say, hey, don't do that. And they let you go, and you don't, and you just go back to your thing, and you start seeing they're not hitting your hand no more when you take stuff, you're going to keep going back. This is the way that people think. And people have that herd mentality, man. It's my opinion. Let me see. Never chase a woman, never chase a stock. They both never chase a bull back. Then it says, I ditched Doggy when I saw, oh, man. You gonna hold on? Okay, I hear you, man. I mean, that Doggy trade. I watched that whole Doggy coin trade happen from Brian Jung's page when he said, "I'm not buying it," and I seen it, and then Elon tweeted, and then I seen it go up like 100%. I was like, "Oh, that was crazy." I mean, that's a lot of speculation, but you just gotta be first. So don't believe the mainstream media. Yeah, that's another thing that was asking. Somebody was asking, like, how can it be 50% short and the stock's not going up? It's like if you 50% short, so that means somebody bought something, and if somebody bought something, all your stocks should go up, but it didn't. So we have to have a conversation fresh. I can show you my portfolio compared to the S&P 500, broken compared to securities, and show you how to assure a quick profit. I mean, when I get to a point in life where I have a lot of time to do stuff, like really get into stocks and stuff, I'm definitely going to be open to it. Like I said, I plan on retiring in 8 years from my daily job. I'm just I want to show my kids that if they're not an entrepreneur, they can still work for 25 years and live a great life. So I gotta do 8 more years at my job, 7 more years at my job before I can retire. But right now I'm financially free, and I could retire right now if I wanted to. But when I get time, I definitely think about doing something like that. I'm holding with AMC, Dion. I have 400 shares, and you got them at $4 per share. You kind of sound like Brian Young. Brian Young, the Asian guy that I was showing on the last video, he actually brought it at $4 a share also. I don't know what you guys. I would take some off the top only because nothing is ever guaranteed. But I moved. My risk tolerance is different. If I've made 4 times, because that's where you're at right now, almost. Well, 3 times because it's now 13, but it went up to 17. If I made 4 times what I put in whatever stock it is, I'm going to sell some of it. If I made 4 times, I may sell half of it. And right now, I feel as though if it does go up to 17 again tomorrow on AMC, Dion, you might want to consider that. Maybe selling half and keeping the other half in. TN, what's going on, man? Chief said, yo, okay, so Bitcoin and Tesla are long investments. Yes. You hold for years and it's pretty safe. Yes. AMC are day traders. Yes. High risk stocks. Oh, you hit it right on the spot. You hit it right on the spot. Definitely, Chief. You'll buy a house in December when prices are low. You buy a house in December when prices are low instead of the summer. Always be patient. This is the difference when now it's different with housing, Phenom. Housing you buy when it's right. It doesn't matter if it's winter or it doesn't matter if it's summer or spring. You buy when you have a deal, and that's when you buy when it comes to housing. And I feel as though it's the same way with stocks. You don't worry about when stocks are high or low. You buy when it's a deal. That determines whether or not you buy. The Volkswagen squeeze dipped down of all-time lows before it shot up 100. Alex hit it right on the dot. Honestly, I would want to study. If I was really serious about this, I would definitely not, and wasn't just gambling, Alex, I would definitely look more into the Volkswagen squeeze that happened, because they say it's the closest thing to what's happening now with GameStop. And if what you're saying is true, then I think it could. I think it also will shoot up. I definitely think it'll shoot up. Let's see. You guys are clueless. It's not a group acting together. GameStop GME is not over. Hedge funds are scarring noobs like you to make you sell. That could be a point too, man. That very sounds like a valid point, man. That sounds like a valid point. You're right. Tesla M did 5% yesterday. Okay, yeah. You'll find a lot of free trading. Like I try to tell people, listen, on YouTube, you can find the best teachers you will ever meet. Like your professors in colleges, no. Your teachers in high school, no. Elementary school, no. The best teachers you'll find on any subject is on YouTube. And me, I feel as though even when it comes to travel, I'm the middle guy. I'm the middle guy who's trying to get to this, but I listen, but I'm not too far off, but I'll point you in the right direction. Like you got a lot of different people who know the stuff to the core. There is no such thing as free. There's definitely not free fishing free. There's no such thing as free money, and there's no such thing as guaranteed money. It's all a risk. It's just about your tolerance and how high your risk tolerance is. Thanks for pronouncing my name right. Many people do not. I'm really looking at AMC to hit 100. Oh, that's tough. Or even 50. Or may consider exiting it at 15. Now, did you say that? Yeah, that 50 or 100 is kind of tough, man. Unless there's a major spike, that's kind of tough to hit that high. But yeah, if you do that 15, whoever had it at 4, I would have been going at 17 today. Whoever had it boarded at 4, I would have been sold at least half of it. Okay. GME BlackBerry is all a show. Never buy into companies that are dying. It's fishing. This is basically, it's a gamble. It's a risk. It's a gambling bet. High risk, high reward, like the other guy said. It's not like you're buying for the reason of stability or buying for the reason of it being a great stock. You're buying because it's trending and you want to capitalize off of it. Okay. Yeah, electric vehicles is going to be big. But why would a clearing company raise the price in the first place? Like I said, Alex, the person who holds the gold makes the decisions. So there's no way that we're going to be able to prove it. There's no way that the SEC is going to be able to prove it. But there are ways that the companies, the hedge funds that control everything, they know a way around. Basically what the hedge fund knew they couldn't walk through the front door to get in the house. So what they did was they snuck around the back and they walked in the back door. That's the exact same thing they did here. You're not going to prove that they walked in the back door because you only know, most people only know about the front door. But the back door to this one is, okay, so we can't stop you guys directly from selling GameStop shares. So let's raise the limit to a limit that we know you can't afford on the company for the clearing, and we'll just do it has the same effect. So yes, that was the reason why I think $60 if there's a penny stock. Oh man, Neo Tesla viral in China. If I don't know about it, I just don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think we're waiting for AMC to pump next week because a lot of people are waiting to get access to buy. Yes, see, that's another thing I think because the volume was low. I have transferred to new brokers. Yes, I think that's the thing. One thing, Varun brought up a bunch of great points. For one, a lot of people got upset with Robinhood when it happened. So what did they do? Some of them actually sold their stock, which was the wrong thing to do. They sold their stock and took their money to another platform. That was the wrong thing to do. Some people did the right thing. They took their stock off and did a transfer to another platform, which, as he says, takes 5 days. But between that and people not being able to purchase stock on GameStop or AMC, the volume of trading today was low. So every single move is going to seem like a big dip. When the restrictions unlock more during the course of this week, it's going to be a shoot up. Even if it's only for 1 day, I feel as though it's going to be something that shoots up. We over an hour, fellas. I'm going to the last questions and we're going to get up out of here. I hope you guys appreciate the Money Talk Mondays. Definitely. Penny stocks, bump and dumps. I think so too, but AMC will pump. Yeah, I also agree, Alex. I agree. And I think GMC will pump too. GME. Let me see. China's government, Neo, okay, fishing. You get all the way down to these. I'm trying to get everybody shut up like things. I have 5K. What would you do to grow it? Laura, honestly, if you have 5K, I would invest in something long term only because if you don't have a house yet, I would say the first thing the first thing I would do is make sure I have a duplex. Before I even invest in stocks, I will make sure I have a duplex. So if you have 5K, try to build another 10K and go get a cash producing income, because it's going to be more difficult for you to focus on doing stock investment if you don't have a cash flowing thing or financial independence. But if you have a duplex already, you're making money off of it, and you got 5K, how would I grow it? It depends on risk tolerance. I would maybe gamble with 1,000, and the other 4,000, I would put away somewhere. So I would gamble with 1,000 on maybe one of these stocks, or one of the stocks that more that could bring me back at least 10%. And then the other I would put in something that can grow over time. That's a fact. I think that's a fact, James. They on it. They on it now. It's your game. I hate to think that fishing, but you might be right, man. They do, and they paid off some debt. They also they didn't go bankrupt. You're right. They didn't go bankrupt because of all this stuff. Do I use Stash? Not yet. I haven't used Stash yet because, like I said, I'm only using 2 platforms. I'm using Cash App and I'm using Webull, because like I said, stock investing is not my thing. I'm just doing it now because I'm trying to gamble some money on that. But Bitcoin is I'm long Bitcoin. That too. You also have an account for people like Robinhood. Exactly. That's what Alex was saying. A dead concept. See that's a good point, James. That is a good point. ETF is a good idea, but I wouldn't put all 5 in ETF. Depending on her risk tolerance, and depending on whether or not they are financially free or have their own property that's producing income that they can live in rent free, I would say 4,000 put in the ETF, the other 1,000 gamble with that, so you can learn. Jason, what's going on? A bunch of party poopers in here. AMC still has a huge run. It takes patience. Yes, it definitely does take patience. Tomorrow the market makers will have to buy shares. MG Toe, that's the one thing I don't know, MG Toe. I don't know, and I was trying to research it, but I couldn't find when do the shorts expire? That's the one thing I couldn't find, no matter how much I try to search for it. When do the shorts expire? Because I didn't get a sign of when it is. Well, like I say, KM, it's a difference of investing. Like if you're going to do long term, yes, there are a lot of stocks that fell because of the short squeeze. You can invest in them long term, but none of them stocks is going to give you this 30 to 50 to 100% return as these stocks were here, as these stocks that's been trading with high volatility lately. None of them will give you that quick return. So if you're simply there for a quick return, it won't be the best choice to do the long stocks. But if you're there for long, you know what I mean? Yeah, Jason Miller, as Alex was saying earlier, and I'm gonna look more into it if it shoots up again. I'm gonna look more into it. It should be, your portfolio should be balanced. Thoughts on DD? Deutsche. Is that Dogecoin? No, that's not Dogecoin. What's DD? What's DD? Oh, BlackBerry. Okay. All right. The two things, BlackBerry is going up. It's like a fourth. If you got GME, you got AMC, you have Nokia, and then I think after that you have BlackBerry. I don't think BlackBerry doesn't have enough volatility for me personally, for my risk tolerance. BlackBerry doesn't have enough volatility to want to invest in it and try to do what we're doing here, because I think it's going to it's not going to give you enough money back for the risk that you're taking. Airline stocks, I also believe that airline stocks are not going to give you in the long run they are, but I think it's going to go down a lot more because of the vaccine rollout. I take everything into consideration when I'm thinking about a long-term investment. I think airlines are a good long-term play, but with the vaccine rollout, with the money that we're going to get, the lockdowns, with all the restrictions of global travel, with all the new requirements to do different things when you travel, I think airlines are going to be hit for a long time, man. It's going to be hit for a long time. And you know, I fly every week. Every other week, I'm in Miami, fixing up my place. So I'm on a plane. I get to see how many people, and I mean, these planes are maxed out locally. These planes are maxed out, but it's an extremely lower amount of planes flying. Like I used to be able to get 3 or 4 Miami flights after I get off of work. Now there's only one. So I see the actual, you know, if you could, but you know, while you guys are looking at stunks, check out Uniswap, Sushi. Like MG told, I don't know if you just came in, MG told, but like I said, we just defining the two different type of investment strategies. You got the long term and you got the short term risky one. Right now, we're just doing the short term risky. That's why I threw $1,000 and that's why I threw $600 into GameStop, and I still got $170 I haven't spent on Webull yet. I was getting ready to buy AMC, but AMC didn't hit the number I want to buy it. Like tomorrow, I'm hoping AMC hits 12 or 11 so I could buy. I'm gonna spend $170 on AMC if it hits 12 or 11 tomorrow. I'm hopefully going to Colombia in May. Like I said, I had to postpone my trip because of all the circumstances now and the risk of getting stuck over there. And because my job needs to require me to take another test, unlike everybody else's job. So Colombia, or it's going to either be Colombia or Cuba in May, as long as the restrictions ease up. As long as the restrictions ease up, it's going to be Colombia or Cuba in May. Alex, DM me on Young. See, look, right there, put good info, good info. AMC, Kim. All right, we almost did. We almost done. All right, let's see. You guys talking. KM in like a month. Okay. Well, some people are saying a month, but I've seen some people on different online things who saying this might be the last week. Who knows? I'm long until I get to my sell point. 800 calls. Okay. Wait, 800 calls? Wow, Alan, that's way out the money. 800. You bought $800 calls for the stock price to hit 8. Oh, that's crazy. This is real. This is retail trader annihilations. Calling the stock manipulation is being. Whoa, rules, but these short selling. How do you short sell 140 company? There's a lot of stuff going on, man. We're witnessing. We're all going to be in the news. We're all going to be talking to our grandkids or our wives or whatever, or like, yo, we was part of this. We've seen it happen. GME pumped already. It's much bigger than much bigger than Volkswagen. I don't know. I really got to go into a Volkswagen story. Hedge funds are borrowing and selling between each other and keep the price low and continue to hold. Okay. Fish EAD, short ladder. Gambling is not investing. Go shoot craps. Well, no, because I'm not good at shooting craps, but I'm good at picking stocks. You know what I mean? So far I've been good at picking stocks. I hope AMC doesn't do me dirty. Well, like I said, you just have to make sure you put enough in that you could accept the risk if you lose it. And then you need an exit strategy and you need an enter strategy. As long as you do that, you won't get done dirty. You just got to put an exit strategy on when you feel as though that's enough pain or when you made enough money. 5K and algo. Oh, XRP, I think was a pump and dump stock though, man. I seen it go up and then I see it fly down. XRP, I watched that one. I seen it go up, and then it shot right down. Shorts don't expire, options contracts expire. Oh, okay, Kobe. So then I gotta ask even more. Then how are they not? Well, so then they gotta always buy, right? So they're gonna have to always buy. I thought shorts expired, so they gotta always buy then. Tomorrow they have to buy because Friday's options expiration. Got you. Thanks, fellas. You will get a margin call on shorts if the price runs up high to the point where you don't have enough money to cover your losses. Good explanation. February 20th. Okay. But it's still January, right? Oh, that's the whole month. Wait. February 20th or February 5th? Yeah, it definitely sounds like right now. It definitely sounds like right now they're doing everything they can, even with the news and pushing it all out to the media, making the media force you to do other stuff. It feels like they're doing everything. Something must be up because it feels like they're doing everything they can to get people to stop doing what they were doing, and that's how you know something is up. Options contract for the more volatile sites. February 5th and 20th. Oh, 5th and 20th. Okay, I got you, Bree. Thanks. 5th and 20th. Okay, so there's going to be a big push. There's going to be another big push up then. Right before the 5th, there's going to be another big push up. I'm holding. I might even buy some more. If that, can somebody confirm that the 5th is when the options contract expired? Because if so, I'm definitely considering buying some more because I think on the 3rd or the 4th, you're going to see everything spike up. That's cap. Before the short switch, dudes were eating off of Neo and others. BB is a great opportunity based on Amazon contracts. Okay, I mean, plus no, that's Nokia. Nokia has the new connection. But like I said, I don't know about these stocks myself, so I can only give you an estimate of what it looks like. I need a video on that loaded FedEx trucks to finish the route early. Listen, man, I'll be flying, bro. I'll be flying when I gotta get somewhere, man. Let's see. But I get the job done. Hey, Flyboy, I have an important question. Do you have a degree? I have a. Do you think it's worth getting a degree in your 20s? Sorry, I know that's not the point of the video. Okay, I don't mind answering that question. I have an associate's degree in accounting. It's crazy. Never decided to use my accounting degree or go for a master's go for a bachelor's because of the fact that I don't feel as though the amount of money you're going to make with a bachelor's degree is going to cover the amount of a college debt right now. If you see my last video when I went to Miami and I was talking to the mother and daughter, oh my God, it was looking amazing. From Colombia, they both Colombian, the Colombian mother and daughter. I said something to them and we were discussing about colleges, and I said I would have went to get my bachelor's degree, but I didn't feel as though the money that I was going to spend and have to take on a college loan for, college debt for, would have been worth it, because I could have then taken that money and put a down payment on the house, which is going to make me money, which is a guarantee that it's going to make me money, versus a degree, which isn't really even a guarantee that you're going to get a job. So especially in this market where people have master's degrees and can't find work. So in this economy, in this area in your 20s, I would say if you can go to community college and get a associate's, or at least get a view of what you really want to do, I think that would be the best choice. And then if you want to take it to college, in those 2 years, you'll find out whether or not. Other than that, I would not suggest going to a 4-year college unless you're going to be a doctor or an engineer. Only two things I say, a doctor or an engineer. And other than that, it's not, I don't feel as though it's worth it. Antoine, what's going on, man? Listen. We're going to get back to Colombia, man. Like, Colombia is going to be my third home, because now my first home is Jersey. Jersey's always going to be in my heart. My second home now is Miami. Miami, I'm really feeling the vibe in Miami. And my third home is going to be in Colombia. Other than that, when I retire, I'm going to be kind of doing what Barber World TV is doing while he's retired, which is traveling to multiple other places in hopes that they start unlocking these restrictions. Yeah, MG Toe definitely knows his stuff. To the moon, huh, Herb? To the moon. AMC to the moon. I hear you. Get me on your channel, talk finance. Kobe, I may. One of these money talks, I may get some people here, but I don't really know about too much. I try to just give my experience, so I may get more people up here to talk about finance. But you know, like I said, my channel is just for the average guy who doesn't really know too much, who's learning, and that's why we all is good. We all sharing. So I might when I do it again. Heard. Looks like the short ladder attack, guys, is the attempt to GME sell. Okay. Short means put. You believe the price of security is going down, right? Short means yes, down. So when you short, you're gonna buy put to cover it. Okay. Hold GME. Okay, good. We made it to the end. Why do I feel like a bag holder? Oh man. I went to ULC undergrad and doctorate of professors academia. Okay. Miami lifestyle. Yo, it's lovely, man. What's going on, Camera Talk? Waste of money. Usage is on. Oh man, I appreciate everybody coming, man. We went coming to the live pause. I appreciate everybody coming to the live. We went over an hour. I'm happy. Thank you guys for helping me understand some things that I didn't understand. And at the same token, thank you for listening to me go through what I'm the process I'm at right now. Once again, tomorrow I have $170 that's still in my Webull account. If AMC hits 12, I'm going to buy. If it hits 11, I'm going to buy more. And if GameStop hits 301, I'm selling all my GameStop. Sorry, I'm with the diamond hands until I get to that point. But if AMC hits 301, unless it blows past 301, if it blows past 301, it goes back to 375. Then I'm gonna hold on. But if it doesn't blow past 301, I'm gonna sell at 301, and I'm gonna keep in track. So we'll hopefully next Money Talk Mondays next week, I'll be able to give you guys some information on it, man. It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Check out the channel, and I see. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.